Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Just suited up because it started raining. I'm headed towards... There's a dog. I'm headed towards there. I'm going to sleep up there. So it's essentially Chanctonbury Hill. And Chanctonbury Ring is at the top of Chanctonbury Hill. We're just broadly north of Worthing in the South Downs. It's an Iron Age hill. Oh, whilst I'm here, if you're not subscribed and you like this stuff, just hit the button, please. It would really help me out, and hit a like if you enjoy the video, it massively helps. So the plan is head up there. It's an Iron Age hill fort, some of which dates back to the Bronze Age, apparently. So just driven from Brighton. It's raining. I mean, it was raining on the way down. Complete microclimate. London was really sunny when I left. I think the Downs just separate the weather front sometimes, so I'm gonna head up there. I want to test out my winter kit, and I've got my Trekology sleep pad as well. I just want to see how that fares in the winter. Normally I'd use the Thermarest, but I just want to test some things out and see how we go. So I'll bring you back in a bit. So you can probably tell it's getting dark. It's early, it's about 3:30. Saying it's about a half-hour walk up to the top of the hill where I'll be setting up camp, and we'll make it before it gets dark. Sunset's in about half an hour. We'll have a little bit more light after that, so I've got to get up that hill quickly. And I'm tired. Lack of fitness. Pretty creepy, if you ask me. Blair Witch style. About halfway there, there's a little U-turn coming up. Like most trails, it zigzags its way up the hill. So we just come out of the forest section. This is the U-turn I just mentioned. Come back on ourselves just to get the elevation in, get up the hill. And I'm huffing and puffing, not gonna lie, but it's nice to be out in the open a little bit. I'm expecting a bit of wind, and the rain's coming on. It's not too heavy, but I'm good. I'm boiling. It's the first big hike I've done since the West Highland Way, so feeling it. But it's going to be about 1 degree tonight, so a really good test of the winter setup, which is the purpose of the trip, really. Bring you back in a bit. Now, I want to do loads of drive-bys, however, I want to, look at this, sketchy. Don't fall in, not with my ankles. I want to do them, but at the end of the day, I didn't hire a film crew, so let's not pretend. And also, more importantly, it's getting dark, so rather get pitched up on the edge of darkness than do loads of drive-by, walk past camera shots. That's where we're headed though. Look at that mist. That is sketchy, look at this. I'm not sure how well that's coming out. Apologies for the wind noise. Bring you back. I'll bring you back when we get there. Right, we're here, and the view is actually incredible. I always think Lake District, Peak District for good views, but on my doorstep, more or less, yeah, it's really stunning. Just scouting a potential spot to pitch. Got one other customer pitching up over there, so I knew this was quite popular with wild camping, which is good actually, because you know it's going to be good. Hoods up, it's cold. Try and find somewhere. So I've got a mixture of the standard pegs that come with the Helm 2 Terra Nova, and just a couple of ones from my tarp tent as well, which I think is the Decathlon, I think it's the Trek something or other. I'll put a link below. We are in. You can probably hear the rain. I had to get the tent pitched pretty quickly. I'm really pleased with the pitch. It's a decent spot, good view, and the bag had to get it in the tent quickly because of the rain. So I'm just going to finish setting up. I just need to pop outside, do the guy lines, and then just finish just making sure everything's tight, pull it all together, and then I'll start setting up. And I've got a couple of beers to show you, and I'm gonna have a bit of food. A few things got a bit wet, but luckily I've got some camping towels, so I'm just gonna dry a few things off, and then nice and dry in the tent. A little bit cold underneath, but I'll take you through the gear that I've brought with me for those of you who haven't seen it. And this is gonna be a really good test of the winter gear and winter setup, really. That's what I'm hoping anyway. We are in, and still raining outside, so we're tent bound. What do we do when we're tent bound? Crack into one of these. It's an IPA, as always, but a good one. I like this one. I'm starting to go off them a bit, but this one I like. Why? I think because it doesn't taste too hoppy, and it's 5%, and it's a decent can size as well. Hats on. It's getting a little bit cold, but it's still super early. Obviously it's winter at the moment, and being winter, it's dark very early, so tent's up. It's all secure. I've got my things out. I know you love looking at gear, but I'll take you through it in the morning just because I can't really show you without sort of standing outside the tent. So I'm going to have some food. I'm going to just chill and have one of these, listen to a bit of the football, which I enjoy, and I can't stress how it's so nice to get out. I mean, this is turning into one of the best trips I've ever had. I always enjoy it when I go out, but I think purely because with this second lockdown, and this is the first time I've been out overnight. Obviously lockdown's just ended recently. Just get cabin fever in the apartment in London, and not being able to see too many people. I live on my own, so really nice just to even the drive down, just to get out in the sticks. We're about 2 hours out of London, and just love it. Yeah, it's the sound of the rain on the tent. A lot of people say that it's a nice feeling. And yeah, just had some issues with, I'm not going to turn this into a sob thing, but I had some issues with my ankles on the West Highland Way, and they're still playing up. I had some x-rays. Unfortunately there's no fracture, but I've had an MRI scan on them both, so it's going to be some physio and ligament issues, I suspect, once the results come back. But we're fighting fit now, and it's just good to be out. This is going to be a bit of physio, and we'll be back to normal, and not being able to run and stuff, and even limited on the gym, and that's just started up again after lockdown. So yeah, it's this just really helps just clear the head, and I'm aware people say that, but it's so true in this instance for me, that really good to get out. So I'm going to enjoy a beer. I'll take you through what I've got food wise, and we'll start making some food at some point, but it's early. I'm just going to listen to the football, enjoy myself. So food wise then, we've got the adventure food pasta bolognese for tonight. I've not tried too many of these, so we'll see how that goes. It's my lucky number. A fruit tea, it's lemon and ginger. Keep me warm. That's the dessert. These things have got way smaller. I've got big hands, but these have definitely got smaller. And just some snacks to have with the beer. And then breakfast is decent bit of porridge, bit of sugar, just keep me going in the morning. Got some really nice coffee. It's sort of powder. It's essentially freeze dried, but really good stuff. One of my favourites, actually. I love a coffee, as you know. And then one of these protein style shake things, a bit more sugar for the morning. So, and then I like to, I've got this Life Venture Spork, just my kind of my go-to. Down jacket is on. It's getting chilly, but I'm toasty. I've got the Soto, I think this is called the Soto New River pot. So it's about 900 millilitres. Not using it tonight, but it just kind of, my other cook kit sits nicely inside it, and it's just for those boil in the bag ones. So I can just, it's big enough to put it in, but otherwise I'm just boiling water here and just gonna add it to the freeze-dried meal even. Getting hungry. And with this one, it's just seal it back up and let it sit for 8 minutes. Give it a stir, and then you're good to go. Number 2. Same again, mate. Always does that. Ah, this is the life. Oh, it's kept cold as well, which is probably because it's cold out. No idea if that's 8 minutes or not, but who cares? Wing it. It's the Adventure Food Spaghetti Bolognese. Pasta Bolognese. Same thing. Except one's pasta and one's spaghetti. I'll just get a big chunk. It's on my hand. Quick. Make it look right for the camera. Mm. Mm. That's lovely. And I'm not just saying it. I think when you're outside, it's all a bit, your senses are kind of accelerated or elevated, if that makes sense. So everything's going to taste good, but this does taste good. I can taste the peas, maybe some onion in there. There's nice chunks of meat as well. It's substantial. And I've got dessert to come. Right, I think it's time for a little snooze, or a long snooze. thank you for watching thus far, and I will see you guys. I'm all fed and watered, feeling good, ready for sleep. It's still pretty early, but might as well have a snooze. See you in the morning. Good night. Morning. Slept pretty well. A little bit cold. It got down to about 3 degrees, maybe 2 degrees, 2 or 3 degrees. And the kit held well. Mentioned that it got the Trekology Aluf UL80 sleep pad. It's about 10 centimeters thick, and I'm not sure about the R value. I think it's something like 2 point something compared to my old Thermarest, which is about 4.6, 4.7. So a couple of cold spots, although it was warmer than I thought it would be. The ridge rest mat underneath held well, and then the new sleeping bag was excellent. It feels like a duvet. It's really padded. It's the Rab Sol 4, I think, or Solo 4. I'll put the name below. And it was really good. A couple of cold spots, and I mean, it was a cold night, so it's kind of hard to really kind of judge it. But what I'll do is I'll take this setup out with my Thermarest Ultralight Neo Air and just see if the same kind of stuff will keep me as warm or possibly warmer. But yeah, I was comfortable in a nutshell, and a little bit cold on a couple of spots, like on my hip and shoulder. But otherwise, I didn't sleep too badly. It's still dark outside, so I'm going to start packing up. I've had a coffee and had some breakfast. Bring you back in a bit. That's not going to be big enough for this winter. There's a lot of stuff hanging off that. We shared a spot with some cows last night, but all packed up, leave no trace of. The view is opening up a bit, but it's still very misty. So I'm going to head back to the car and just check out the views on the way, see if we can get some more vistas along that way. I thought I had them sniffing around my tent last night, but he's having a butcher's. So there's always one. Good view-ish. But that just looks insane. Excuse the wind. Right, yeah, let me know what you're using for your winter kit. I'd be really interested in, and what do you think of the stuff I'm using. It's being dialed in. It's a work in progress. So. But yeah, I'd love to hear from you in your comments below the video. I respond to absolutely everyone, and really appreciate the comments. On the way back to the car, let's do one of these again. Back in the car. That's where we are. Let's get changed. Get in the car. Saw this really cool tree on the way down. Kind of had all the roots and stuff exposed, like a cross-sectional view of it. It was pretty wicked. Anyway, like if you enjoy this video, it really helps. It would really help me out. So yeah, please do that. And if you're new, just hit subscribe on your way out. It doesn't cost you anything, but it really, really helps. But yeah, another enjoyable one in the bag. And heading back to London. Guys, enjoy your day. Take care of yourselves. See you on the next one. Peace out.